Hey y'all, so I'm back with another Chiron video. Thank you for joining again. I'm doing these consecutively. If you watch them consecutively, then you're here with me and I appreciate that. We are going through Chiron in Gemini next, and this is a fun one for sure. I think all of them are fun and there's just something to learn. So if you have Chiron and Gemini, or if you know anybody with Chiron and Gemini, or any celebrities with Chiron and Gemini, you can see how this applies, or if there are any characteristic qualities that are aligned with that. I think it's a fun puzzle piece um, of astrology to see those alignments. So yeah, let's get started. When Chiron is in Gemini, there is a personal crisis about integration here on Earth, which affects balance in the nervous system greatly. These natives are highly attuned to the consciousness of individuals around themselves and to mass awareness. They were mostly born between 1933 and 1938 during Nazism and atomic experimentation as Pluto manifested again on Earth. Their crisis is to find new ways of perception and integration here. This group will become very important to the human race as they wake up and realize they possess the natal tool, Chiron and Gemini, to understand and communicate about their crises that parents suffered with. Thus, astrologers must work hard with these clients to guide them into their natural role as teachers and communicators. Their birth placement of Chiron means they will experience their Chiron returns between June 1983 and June 1988, when the culture needs their awareness for its very survival. Natives will learn not to be so heavy. Gemini always loves to be in the middle of everything, so this awakening will be pleasurable for those with Chiron and Gemini. This Chiron return will be intense because transiting Uranus and such Sagittarius will oppose transiting Chiron often during 1938 to 1988. 1983 to 1988, sorry. And also, just for context, this book was written in the 80s, so that's why it's saying about this transit talking as if it was present tense. But we can look back to see what happened during that transit from 1983 to 1988 and see how some of these things have come to fruition. Moving along, as Richard Knoll put it, awareness is the keynote for persons born under this Chiron sign, whose prime existential mission is to understand the way we think in order to effect changes in our mental realities. Thus, these individuals are meant to learn that the way we think creates the reality we live in, and that we can change it if we believe that. These natives will believe it when they experience it, and their very awareness will alter the hologram if they can become conscious that how they think alters their reality at their Chiron return. Some of my most remarkable clients have Chiron and Gemini. In a general sense, they are very plugged in to a mass consciousness and are deliberately using their attunement to manifest changes they feel strongly about. Four are therapists working in the newest areas of body mind research, and they seem to be able to feel where electrical energy is flowing in the body. A famous author who is also a nun with Chiron in the 10th, she has brought the power of God as mother back to us again with beautiful feminine paintings. Since Chiron is the bridge from Saturn to Uranus, individuals with Chiron and Gemini galvanize their awareness into form, Saturn. Then Uranus manifests easily for them because Uranus is high mental form of Mercury. Balance only comes in to individuals with Chiron and Gemini when Saturn form has been mastered and the energy of Uranus is brought forth. Period. So that's Chiron and Gemini. I think some fun things that were Gemini characteristics were the medical astrology aspect of it and how Gemini or Mercury in general kind of rules over the um, nervous system. I think Virgo and Gemini have these qualities of the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system, the difference between fight or flight and rest and digest. I have a Gemini stellium and a Virgo moon. So knowing the difference between what it feels like to be in fight or flight and what it feels like to live life through being rested and digested and, yeah, nervous system regulation, thinking clean, healthy thoughts, um, or just not like clean, healthy thoughts like a Puritan, but like more so just like giving myself the space to think and allow the thoughts to flow. I hope that makes sense in the sense that, like, I'm not judging myself for my thoughts. I understand why I have the thoughts that I have, and also that my thoughts don't know the difference between one reality and another. And that's what's talked about here in Chiron and Gemini. That's the lesson that anybody can learn, whether you have this placement or not, is that your thoughts form your reality. And you can kind of transmute that. If you have a thought that you think is going to manifest in reality, it probably won't because you don't want it to. Like, that's just the subconscious. It's so vast that you can have two contradicting thoughts and something will never come into fruition just because that's just how it is. So when it comes to believing something so thoroughly, then usually that's when the reality will manifest. But if you have contradicting thoughts or duplicity within you in your subconscious, most importantly, because that's when it starts in the subconscious and it transforms into action and reality and through your body. So yeah, I think those are the fun air qualities that flow, not having a container around certain things. That is your gift as well, being able to see how your thoughts will carry on into the future or how other people's thoughts will carry on into the future, how those gifts that you have can help other people call in a certain energy into their life because your thoughts and your energy are being poured into whatever is your gift, whether it's through art, whether it's through speaking, whether it's through a physical service. um, then people will feel the intention that you put into that and the thoughts that you put into that, and they'll take what resonates, of course, because that not everybody's thinking the same thing, but they're going to be getting a glimpse and a sensation of what you have put behind that. So yeah, that's Gemini, Chiron and Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, listen to my elemental videos. So listen to air, and you'll get more ideas about how the elemental qualities kind of feed into Chiron and Gemini energy. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, I'm Abrielle with Conscious Cosmos, and I will see you guys in the next one.